architect. He has done his postgraduate in Master of Computer Application, that is MCA. He has worked with many multinational companies like Accenture, Infosys, Wipro, and Fujitsu. As far as talking about his domain perspective is concerned, he has 12 years experience in IT, IL, and ServiceNow implementation. And most important point, as far as talking about his passion is concerned, his passion is training and teaching to the students. So last time also we had conversation with him on LinkedIn, but due to some or other issues, due to flood situation in Karat, Satara, Sangli district, so we could not had his session. So today we got an opportunity to listen his session on a way to IT. He's very passionate. So I would request Atul sir to please take a charge and guide our students about what are the opportunities, what are the ways to enter in IT world. Please, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, and thank you so much, students, for joining the session. I know it's Saturday morning, and it's a time for the late get up actually from the beds, but still, on the request of the sir and on my availability, I prefer to schedule this session on today itself. Otherwise, I will be busy in the next 2 weeks completely in the morning as well. So, don't consider this as a lecture. Number one, I am like your friend. Don't consider me as a teacher as well. So I'm not a lecturer who is teaching you in college. I am just a normal person who is working in IT industry, but carry approximately 12 years of experience in the different domains. So this session will be like a knowledge sharing. It is not like that I want to put something on your minds and you have to follow that part. It's totally up to you by seeing the slides, by going through the complete discussion or this I can say the session. Few things you will come to know, and then you can reach out to the different people either on the LinkedIn, or maybe you can reach out to your TPO sir or some other faculty, that how to proceed on that particular stuff. So another important point, guys, this meeting will be end in 40 minutes because we are using a trial version. Okay, so after 40 minutes, if I get an intimation, I'll inform you and you can join this meeting again after that. Okay, so we will cover this slot, we will cover this training in the two slots, 40 minute slot. But I request, please everyone go on the mute, otherwise I need to be mute everyone here. Okay, so I'm putting everyone on mute here. Okay, if you have any question on any of the topic, just wait for the end of the session so that we can take questions on at the end of the session, and you can write down your questions into your notebook or on the phone. Okay, so that when we are done with the session, you can ask the question to me. So now I'm sharing my screen. Okay. Mm, just wait. Uh, Prakash sir, can you see that someone is waiting into the lobby room as well, or waiting room? Because I'm getting a pop-up here that people are waiting in the waiting room. Or let me put it here only. I'm not sure that why it's becoming. It's maybe due to the restriction somewhere in the trial version or something. Okay, guys. So I'll keep this window open with me so that I can be allow people to be enter into the meeting room. Okay. So can someone confirm that are you able to see my screen so that I can start the discussion? Prakash sir or someone else who can confirm that yes, you're able to see my screen. Unmute yourself and then you can speak.
Yeah, sir, we can see the screen sharing.
Okay, okay, perfectly fine. Thanks, Tejasmi. Okay, so guys, let's start the discussion, and where I want to be show some. Don't ping anything on the chat now because I'm not able to take the chat at point of time. I'll just see the participant window here so that I can ask the people to come to this particular session. Okay, okay. So one thing which I learned from my experience is one thing is that I'm putting everyone on the mute, please. Okay. Ah. So one thing I learned from my experience is that on time is always late. Why I'm saying this thing? Because if someone invite you in any of the session, in any of maybe the function, in party, in birthday party, in ceremonies, so at least reach there before time, 5 minutes before the time. Why? Because as the human tendency is there that to get to go somewhere, to settle down somewhere, we need some time to be done. So in the same way that I open this bridge by 10 for 10:25, 10:26, and waiting for you guys to be logging into the meeting so that we can start the session by 10:30, 10:35 maximum. But still I can see that people are still joining. That's not an issue. But the thing is that this is a thumb rule into the industry, that if you say that I am on time, it means you are always late. So try to be, from the going forward, try to be participate in any of the sessions before time. Log in 5 minutes before the given time so that you can enjoy the session, you can settle down yourself properly, and you can enjoy the session. So now on my screen you can see one quote is there: something, sometimes in life everything goes smoothly. So if I take a normal example, like before March or maybe in mid of the January or somewhere, that everybody was busy in their life. Students are going to the schools or the colleges, teachers are going to the colleges, IT people going on the work, labor class, everybody is doing their own work. It means everything was going very smooth into the life. That is a one point which I can, you can see as a normal pencil. And sometimes some unexpected happen, like COVID happened in between. Suddenly we got a incidents or the cases in India country that, oh, people are suffering from the COVID, and our prime minister say let's put down the lockdown. So that is something unexpected happen. Now people are not going out of their home. Students are not going to the colleges, teachers are not going to the colleges. But the important point is that the important thing, knowing how to turn problem into the opportunities, is the one thing. So your management, your TPOs, your colleges has identified this problem as problem and convert into the opportunity by organizing the web talks like we are doing at point of time, so that students should be get benefited in this COVID period as well, in the lockdown period as well, because they cannot ask student to come to the college, but they can ask student to come online and attend the session and get the information and get the knowledge from the particular person. Okay, I'll just little bit on this. Okay, so in this particular slides, or in this particular session, we will see three major things. Number one, which tool and technology are we using currently in IT? R means you can put my name, so you can ask question that Atul, what are the technologies and tools are available in market for me at point of time. Second point, if you join any organization, what are the expectations from you guys? So it means if I say, okay, I want maybe tomorrow you people go, or maybe tomorrow you people go for the campus placement, and you think that there's some expectations company should have from me. So what are those expectations? I'll tell you in that, in this particular session. Number one, number 3 point, what are the qualities you check before hiring any candidate? Definitely, if I want to hire a candidate in my team, I will check some kind of qualities, that is he is a good listener, he is a good speaker, he is a good learner, so that I can polish him, I can guide him, and he can work a good format in a good format for me. So these three questions are mainly agenda for our topics, and you can ask your questions at the end of the session when I be open the session for you guys, so that I can answer you as per the your things. So about me, as sir already introduced me to you, I am Atul Grover and working as a business analyst in the ServiceNow solution architect, and approximately 12 years of experience in the IT industry. So I worked as a lecturership, as a lecturer as well. I worked as a trainee, and currently I'm working as a business analyst and implementing the systems for my customers into the different locations of the different countries across the world. Okay. So now this slide is basically a little heavy, but you can understand that what are the roles available for a fresher into the market. So if I a normal question to you guys, maybe you have a setup in your mind that either I am a developer, either I can be a tester. What else I can do? So now I give you my experience. Atul Grover is not a developer. Atul Grover don't know anything into the coding part. So what I am doing into the market, what I'm doing into the industry from the last 12 years. So I am working as a consultant. I'm working as a consultant. So guys, you are able to hear me, right? Can anyone confirm, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, because I got some message on the WhatsApp that someone said that yeah, I'm not speaking. So I just to confirm on that part. Okay, perfectly fine. So what are the roles available? So basically I can say that you can be a developer, you can be a tester, you can be functional consultant. This is my area. I am a functional consultant. I am a process expert. Then by the experience you can become the architect as well. Then you can become the SME, and then finally as a support engineer, or maybe the some other fields you can pick up. But in this session I'll show you that what are the technologies where you can go and opt these kind of roles easily. Okay, so in this slide, let me a little bit on. Okay, yeah. Okay, Ji. So nowadays every services is work as a AAS, as a service. So in the industry, these three terms are very much familiar or very much popular at point of time. Number one is SaaS, SaaS, that is software as a service, platform as a service, that is called the PaaS, and the last one, that is IaaS, that is infrastructure as a service. So I take you first example, software as a service. I am sure that everybody is using the WhatsApp, right? So it means you are using the WhatsApp as a software, because WhatsApp is nothing else. It's just a software you install on your laptop or the computer, and you are using that into your day-to-day routine life. But are you actually taking care of the WhatsApp database, WhatsApp infrastructure, WhatsApp updates? No, because you are using WhatsApp just as a service. Second is PaaS, platform as a service. When someone give you something so that you can start development on that part. So now there are two examples. Number one, that you go into the market and you say that, and maybe you can go to the real estate market and you said that I want to purchase a land so that I can build the things according to me. Now that land will be a platform for you, platform as a service. So now you can build any house, any shop, any garage, any club, any swimming pool, any playground, anything you can build. So that is a platform for you. In the same way that we have Android is an application for me, is a platform for me, and people are building a different kind of applications by using that platform. So someone says that I have another kind of Gmail with me, and that runs on the Android version. It means he developed his own Gmail, but he uses the platform as a Android as a platform. And finally it's come as the IaaS. IaaS basically infrastructure as a service. So now if you go into the market or the again real estate and you buy a flat, that flat is a infrastructure for you. You cannot do anything, but the complete maintenance of that flat will be taken care by the builder. That all kind of your parkings, all kind of your playgrounds, your clubhouse, your common amenities, everything has to be taken care by the builder only, right? So that is the infrastructure as a service. So I'll show you one technology for IaaS related, basically that how it can be useful and how you can use that particular stuff. So guys, if you stuck somewhere, you are not able to see my screen or I'm not audible, please unmute yourself and you can update me. Okay, now the next slide says that what are the important or the hot cake technologies available in the market at point of time. So these are the just few examples. Okay, so these are the just few examples which I am giving on the basis of my experience. Okay, this is completely on my experience, guys. There's nothing on the market side basically, but yes, these are the technologies which are very much popular into the market at point of time, and you can use that and you can learn that, and then you can go into the market and get a job on that particular areas. So next coming approximately 10 to 12 slides will be very much important for you. In the next coming slides, I will tell you that what are the technologies is this and how you can use that part. And then you can search on the Google, or maybe I can give you some references as well where you can get the complete detail to be go further. Okay. Okay. So number one is called I pick up is number one is on the DevOps. Okay. So DevOps is basically a technology. I'll say it's a technology plus methodology. According to me, it's a technology plus methodology. So what is the meaning of DevOps here? Basically, uh, suppose now okay. Let's take example. Many of people, many of you are working or have a farm as well, or maybe you have a mango farm in your villages as well, right? So what happened that in the start of the year you plan that how much mango I want to be seed this point of time, right? It means you are planning that thing, right? You are planning. Okay, I am planning that I need to be seed approximately in the 2 acre of area that particular mango seeds. Then you can code. Please, you can stop your screen share, guys, videos as well. There's no need for the videos. I can see one person on the video. Please, you can stop that part. Then code means that you start your preparing your land according to that particular mango seeds. Like you start farming and everything. You have been starting that part. Then you build. It means you put the seeds into the farm and it start working as building as a tree. So these things come, then you go for the testing. Then the after maybe 5 months, 6 months, or 8 months, when the first fruit come onto that mango tree, you see that, oh, it is so sweet, the smell is very much good. It means you are doing a testing. Maybe you are taking a sample from the 2, 3, 4, 5 trees and doing the sample. Okay, what is the best in this season for me in the mangoes? It's a taste, it's a shape, it's a breed or something. Then you release means you say, okay, go and distribute these few mangoes into the village and ask people for the feedback. You are releasing these things, and finally you are deploying. It means now you've done the packaging part, everything has been done, and now you are going into the market and selling that particular mango packs or the mango boxes into the market, and finally operate. You get some money from that, and then you again start doing the again seeding, and everything has been done. And finally the monitoring part. Monitoring, basically you are doing the maintenance of your trees now. Okay, so these things you can be take care easy. This thing is basically part of the DevOps. Okay, so in DevOps we have the different technologies, different things we have to be take care. Number one is basically coding. So to do the coding part, we have the majorly these three things you can use, or maybe the tools you can use, but there's a lot of tools are available. Then for the build means to do the packaging, to collect the code at one place and do a single exe file kind of things. Then test, you do for the testing as well, you go for the testing as well. Then finally you release it into the for the people, and then deploy it into the production environments. Operate means you are doing the maintenance part, operating and maintenance part with the same thing. So this is about the DevOps. Next is the data science. Data science is very much important. This is a good for those people who love the mathematics and the stats, basically statistics. And for the data science, you need the knowledge of the R language. R is a language which is used for the data science. Okay, so if you know the R language, you can do the data science easily. Now the question is that what is actually data science and how it works, and what is the importance of the data science. So here I take a normal example. Suppose in 2019, I guess 2014, yes, 2014, our prime minister won the elections. How he won? Because he used the data science. He collect the data of the complete India and bifurcate it according to the needs. Okay, how much are the people who are age into the 18 to 25, 25 to 30, 30 to 35, 35 to 40, 40 to 45. And by this he tried to get their interest. Are they interested in Congress or BJP or some other stuff? Okay, so data science is basically what is this? The ability to take data, to be able to understand it, process it, extract value from it, and visualize and communicate. So it means I'll take a normal example here in the next slide I'll show you. Okay, I'm sure everybody is working, or everybody has given a seminar in the college as per their part of curriculum. So I little bit I increase this to be understand. Okay, okay. So now if I take a normal example, that suppose your teacher give you a topic for the seminar, and seminar is going to be happen after the 3 weeks. So what you people start, as soon as you get the topic, you will start the data acquisition. It means you start googling it, you go into the Google and enter the topic name, and you download and gather the all information which is required. It can be relevant information, it can be a irrelevant information as well. Okay, but you start getting all the data for that particular that topic. Then you prepare the data preparation. Once you get a raw data, what you will do now, what you will do basically, you will start segregating that data. Okay, for I have 5 contents: introduction, type, process flow, advantage and disadvantage. So now you start the preparing the data according to these sections. Then come to the data modeling. Now into the introduction, suppose you have um, okay. So now in the data modeling, what happened that basically now you into the introduction part, you suppose you have the 6 paragraph, you start putting into the bullet points or the valid points only, and then finally deploy and maintain. In this particular section, basically you start putting the things actually into your seminar file, and then visualize it. Okay, when I present this session, how it will be happy, or it will be good information, or the value, basically I'll not say the information, value to my colleagues, so that they can understand on which topic I'm going to be present the seminar. So this is the way that actually data science work. But this is a normal example, a layman example, but actually in the practical life, there's a lot of things be available in the backend of the data science, which you people can learn and grow very easily. Okay, okay, next slide is basically on the RPA, robotic process automation. If I say what is robotic process automation, everybody knows, sir, automation, definitely it means I am automating any work. But what is the meaning of the robotic process automation here? So robotic process automation means is that when you start doing the automation of a repetitive task. Let's take example here. Okay, suppose I am using a Gmail, and on the daily basis I got approximately 30 to 40 spam emails, where I need to be logged into my Gmail and read that part and then deleted the things. So what I can do now, I can automate my work. I'll write a script into my Gmail account, which be integrated with my Gmail account. As soon as any email come, and that particular script will check, okay, that particular email contains these words, it means it is a spam, and remove it from my inbox. So this is called the robotic process automation. But how we are using into the IT industry is that basically, suppose now I take example, when you people go to the college for the admission, you have to fill a form, right? Then when you fill a form, your ranking has been done, your merit has been done, and then you get a list into the college. Okay, I am selected in this particular college, and now I can go for the admission. Then you get your I-card, your classrooms, your books, and everything you get. So everything has been done by the manually. It means there is some person sitting into the office who collect your form, who make you the list according to your sections or your percentage, everything, and then finally give the list to the HOD. But if these things can be done as an automation part, so it means as soon as you submit a form, everything can be done automatically. Segregation of the name, first name, your email ID creation, your roll number has been creation, your class has been creation, your section has been creation. Everything can be done automatically. It means the way the person who is working on this process is automating the stuff accordingly, and he's removing this repetitive task. This is called the robotic process automation. The robots are the example of this particular stuff. So now you just what we have, so basically you ask the robots, okay, can you go and switch on the TV? He walk and switch the TV for you. It's a robotic, it's a automation. You don't need to be get up to from your bed and go to the particular place and switch on the TV, but robots can doing on behalf of on your behalf. Okay, so this is called the robotic process automation. Okay, next one is basically AI, that is called the artificial intelligence. As the term indicate, there's a no intelligence as a human being, but we are giving a artificial intelligence to that particular machine so that it can behave like a human being. The best example is Siri, Echo, and Netflix. Siri means this is kind of a Google Assistant which is available in the iPhones only. So if you can ask Siri, Siri, can you dial a number for me? Siri can dial for you. In the same way that Echo it's an Amazon product, right? So you can in the morning when you get up and say, Echo, can you play Aarti for me? They can play it for you. So in the short, what is the AI means? Artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science that emphasize the development of the machines. Again, it's not the development of the human being, it's a development of a machine thinking and work like a human. So when something work like you, which is not actually a human being, it is the AI. So I'm sure that everybody watched the Rajnikant movie called The Robot. Okay, so that what is that? That is the example of the AI, that he put everything into that particular robot, that he is behaving like a human being and he's working like a human being only. For example, speech recognition. When you open your phone and click on that mic button and you say, Google, can you or Google, can you dial Mr. Prakash number? So Google go and search into my directory and find the Prakash number and dial it for me. Problem solving, he can help you in the problem solving, learning and planning as well. So you can ask Siri, Siri, can you help me to understand the what is the meaning of the commerce? So Siri can give you the best answer from that particular stuff. It means he's helping you to the do problem solving, he is helping as a human being, but actually he is not a human being, he is a artificial intelligence, and we call as a cognitive. It is a cognitive function which is behaving same as a, it is not same, it is similar as a human being but not as a human, it's not working as a human. But if you want to work something on the AI, what you can do, uh, okay. Okay, so this was basically from AI. So AI let me conclude this AI. So AI basically includes your speech recognition, problem solving, learning, and the planning things, and you can build anything on the basis of your machine. So the people who are from the mechanical background, they can start learning on the AI because they already know that how the machine is working. But they can implement or they can put something from the software side into the machine so that it can be easy for them to be work upon. The next slide is basically on the IoT, Internet of the Things. At point of time, everything, every device is interrelated onto the internet. From your mobile phone, your laptop, your desktop, your TV, your cameras, everything is Wi-Fi enabled at point of time. It means on everything is connected on the internet. But how the internet can be working, or what is the meaning of the internet of the things basically? So nowadays, we human beings are so much going into the comfortable zone that we don't want to work anything. So let's take example. I start from my office by 6:30 in the evening and I reach my home by 7:15. But I want as soon as I reach to the home, my AC should be working and my room should be chill. So this is called the example of the IoT. I just click a button on my phone and my AC in my room will be on and will be start chilling the temperature of the room basically. So this is the example of the IoT. So IoT take two things majorly. Number one, software. Number two, hardware. And IoT contains connectivity and the networking. Basically, one thing. Okay, sensor technologies, cloud, big data, artificial intelligence. So you can put anything onto the IoT, but it requires the hardware and software integration, the combination of hardware and software basically. So a light bulb can be switched on or from the miles away using a mobile device is example of the IoT. Definitely it is be there. It is the best example of the IoT. So nowadays what I'm doing, I installed my Airtel my Airtel desktop remote control on my phone. So instead of get up from the bed and search for the remote, I just on my mobile phone on my TV and it worked for me as a user. So that is the example of the IoT, because my phone and my TV both are on the same network and can work for me now from anywhere into the home. So in IoT, as I told, in IoT, two things are important: hardware and software. So again, people are from the electronic background or the mechanical background. It is a good place for you to be grow. You can work on the IoT, and guys, believe me, there's a lot of people I see on the LinkedIn that they integrate this thing. So what they did, I recently I saw a video in the on the LinkedIn that a person automating the home light system from the WhatsApp. As soon as he write the word light on the WhatsApp and message to his family member, the lights of that particular room has been on. So people are going up to that level, and that is the example of the IoT. So now you can learn these things and can be grow in your area. Okay, the next one is basically the cloud computing or the Amazon Web Service. So as we understand now that what is IoT, so I can say, okay, what is the cloud? So cloud is nothing, is basically which is not physical. It is a cloud format. It's a virtual basically. So nowadays, can anyone answer me that the data you are storing on the WhatsApp, the backup when you take, or the photographs of your Google Drive, where it is going to be stored? No, no worry. These photographs are not on your computer, not on laptop, not on your phones. These photographs on the cloud, and you never see the cloud where it is maybe the next to my home, maybe in somewhere else, but I don't know where is the cloud actually. So in simple word, cloud is something which is at remote location. Cloud can provide service over the internet, but the main thing is that to use the cloud functionality you should be on the internet, either on the LAN, WAN, VPN, Wi-Fi, anything you can be done. Okay, so like email, web conferencing, so now you and me are connecting, but where this connection has been stored now, it is on the cloud. It is not on my system, it is not on my laptop, it is not on my phone, or not your phone as well. It is on the, it is basically on the cloud at point of time. Okay, so Amazon is one of the service provider of the cloud. So Amazon say that you can use my cloud as a for your development. So you can store your stuff into my into my cloud, or you can use that part as well. So if I say normally that, so by using the Amazon Web Service, you can create your application. So now remember, create your application means platform as a service. I'm saying here, you can use Amazon Web Service as a platform, or if you want to just deploy your application there, you can use IaaS as a service, that is infrastructure as a service of the Amazon basically. So Amazon are providing these kind of applications: compute application, storage application, then your content and network applications, database applications, deployment applications, and messaging applications. So when you people start learning the Amazon Web Services, then you people know that okay, these how these services can be utilized actually. So this is the way that actually Amazon or the cloud web services can be used. And in the point of time, there's a lot of demand of the AWS into the market. So there's a different level of certifications are available, different level of courses are available into the AWS, and you can start the working as the AWS engineer to the AWS architect as well. Okay. The next slide I bring it from the blockchain. A very interesting slide. And guys, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, fine. Because I think there's something has been broken. It's maybe the meeting will be end soon, guys. So if meeting will be end, please join the same link again. Then we can start the continue the session. Okay. So blockchain is basically, if you know that a few time before, I guess a year before, there's a concept called or the currency called Bitcoin. So nowadays, what happened that if you have a note or the coins in your pocket, the belief is that it can be lost. It can, the thief can be steal that part. But if you have a digital currency, then you have no fear about the same. And people are saying, I read it somewhere in the internet that people are saying that Bitcoin is very hard to break or very hard to hack actually, because in and Bitcoin is on the basis of the blockchain concept. What is the blockchain basically? See, this is one block, this is another block, this is another block. So these are the blocks, and when these blocks interconnected with each other, it become a blockchain. And blockchain use the funda of the data structure. In data structure, we have a term called the hash. If you see here, hash basically, what is the hash? Hash is a number and a letter combination. It's a string of the number of the letter combination. If you see here that, if I take it this slide to you, so you can see this. This is a hash basically. It is hard to understand that actually what is this hash mean, and that is the biggest benefit of the blockchain here. That so this blockchain is be used basically when you want to transfer any amount from one person to the other person. So like this. So if you want to transfer any amount from A to B, and it is be online only, right? But it can be a risk that online people can hack your account, and it can be a move to some other account. So what is the thing here, that the people or the technology guys develop a stuff called the hash function. They use the hash function here in the Bitcoin, in the blockchain, and they say, when I say I want to transfer X amount to Mr. Prakash, so they bifurcate, they break this complete transaction into the number of the pieces, and every piece has in their own hash, and this hash will be automatically changes after 10 minutes. So it means after 10 minutes, the previous hash will not be valid. It's a new hash will be there, and a block will be the block will be together when my hash, the first block will be getting connected with the second block, and it finally find, okay, yes, this is the right block, I need to be connect. Only then it complete the transaction. So in this way, that a transaction has been raised, a block representing a transaction, the blocks are broadcasted in the all nodes of the network. So it go into every network and find the suitable combination. Then when the node, when that particular block or the node get a proper combination, it become a new block, and it block added to the chain, and finally the transaction get be executed successfully. So nowadays, even countries are thinking to build a cryptocurrency or the digital currency instead of the notes and the things. And maybe if the in the future it can be happen that the note or the coins which we are using at point of time may be no longer valid or available into the industry or the market as well, if we go to the digital part of that particular stuff. Okay, next slide is basically on the management side. It is a completely non-technical part, but it is a methodology. So how the agile work actually? What is the meaning of the agile? So agile says that when you have a lot of things to be complete, but you want to be sure that everything should be done very properly managed, so you break that thing into the number of pieces. So like if I take a normal example, suppose there's a marriage in your home. Okay, maybe your brother sister marriage at home, your home. You people never start everything at one point. Means the shopping, your bookings, everything you not start at a single point. You bifurcate the stuff. You bifurcate the stuff into the pieces. Like, okay, in the first week, let's go for the booking first. In the second week, let's go for the jewelry. In third week, let's go for the garments or the clothing part of the shopping part, basically. So in the same manner, these things work. So we have the when you break the requirements into in the small pieces, it becomes the user story. And then we take a 5 or 6 or 10 user story, and we develop that user story and finally give a product after the 2 weeks or the 3 weeks. That is called the sprint basically. So it is little tough to understand completely at point of time, but I'm sure that as soon as you start reading this, it will be interesting topic for you guys. Okay. Okay, the next one is basically from the ITIL ITSM. So when you want to start anything, any business, any function, anything, you have some strategy on the place, that how much money I need, how much people I need to be complete this particular stuff, how I can do this particular stuff. Then you design that part. Okay, let me combine these two things with this particular person, and then finally you start the transition part. Transition means actually you start using that or working on that particular stuff. Okay, and then finally the operation. So now if I take example, like say that when this college starting this online session, so they have the strategy. Strategy means they think, okay, sir, let's start. Maybe Mr. Prakash had discussion with principal, sir, that sir, let's start the online session for the first year student first week. They make a strategy. They start connecting with the people into the industry that are you available, can you take a session for the first year student, and they design it for the same. So every session will be for a half an hour or maybe 30 minutes or 45 minutes like this, and then they start the session on the day. Okay, on the day one, the first year class students will be there and they're learning these things, and finally the operation means now they get a knowledge, let's go and check their feedback on that particular part. So in this way they have the strategy first, then they have the designing first, second they have the transition, and finally they have the operation. And from every session they learn something new, and then they go for the improvement side. This is a fundamental of every industry at point of time, guys. So everything, any business you want to be start, anything you want to be do, you have a strategy, you have a design, you have a transition, you have an operation, and finally you have a feedback on every point of time. Okay, now the question came that Atul, how I can learn these things, from where I can learn these things. So guys, from my experience, these two sites are best at point of time. Number one is the Swayam. There is a Indian government site where you will get the lectures of year, what should I say? Lectures of the different IIT, IIMs, or the very big or renowned colleges, lecturers, professors actually. And Coursera is the one of the American online learning platform. In this you will get the American lecturers lecture, test cases, use cases, or not cases, but the use cases, case studies, everything you will get it from here. Okay, so now you can be go and check your interested topic and topic of your interest, maybe IoT, maybe automation, anything, and you can search the stuff here and you will get the some lectures, some topics, some meaningful reading stuff. You can read that part and you can learn the things easily. Okay, so now it's guys over to you. I am sure that session will be still continue another 1 or 2 minutes. Let's see if this continue. I'll again open the session and we will go for the question answer part. So now over to you guys. If anyone any question, you can ask me now. And with this, don't be a old crow, be a modern crow, because old crow need to be pick up the stones and put into the this uh, basically port. But now you are a modern crow, you have everything at your place, you have a good mobile phone, you have internet facility, you have the way to learn. Go for the YouTube or the Coursera or anything like the sites where you can get the information and you can start learning the stuff. You can connect with me on the WhatsApp if required any kind of guidance. You can connect with me on the LinkedIn, and you can connect me on the YouTube as well, because nowadays I am, as the sir told, that I'm very much passionate about the sharing my knowledge with the students or the my colleagues as well. So I am preparing the videos and uploading on my channel on the approximately twice or thrice in a week, which is helpful for you guys. So you can subscribe the channel and you can get the information on time. Otherwise you can reach out to me at any point of time for any kind of guidance. I'll ping these things into the window, chat window as well, so that you can be taken note after that as well. Sir, over to you guys. Over to you now. You, if you have any question, you can ask me. I'm opening the chat window now. Okay. Let me put for everyone in the meeting. Okay, so guys, I ping you my details of the YouTube, LinkedIn, WhatsApp. You can pick up it from here. Okay, so the first question from Akanksha. Sir, please tell about role of fresher in data science. Okay, so Akanksha, and for everyone, data science is not only for the freshers. I must say that data science itself a fresh thing into the market. It is not so much older or so much proven technology or proven way to do the things. Yes, but data science required the two major points. Number one, your maths or stats should be strong. Second thing, you should have a knowledge of the R language, because in data science you have a lot of data, and from that data you need to be give some solution. So let's take example like Mr. Prakash go to the principal sir and say, sir, I need the data of college students from the last 10 years, so that we can see that on which kind of students we are always failing, or maybe they're not giving their best and it impacting our college reputation. So sir get the data for the last 10 years and he start analyzing that. He starts some modeling. Okay, let's take example that who are coming from the very rural villages. They have the good facility, but they have to travel a lot. Due to this, their productivity has been reduced. So by these ways, they are getting the information. And finally, maybe after 1 month, 2 months, when he see, okay, yes, I got the data, I got the conclusion that this particular set of people have a problem in their these subjects, and we going forward in the coming sessions we have to work on these kind of students so that our results will be good. So this is the thing of the data science, but it is just a normal example. So you have to take a deep dive. Even I'm a fresh in the data science, I never worked in the data science. The things which I'm telling you, it's from my experience and learning as well. So as much you deep dive into the data science, you can learn a lot of things there. Okay, Prakash sir mentioned that, dear sir, what are the technology skill required for engineering student to be get dream job? Sir, at point of time, my simple answer is that a student who is going to the market for a job must say that I know every technology, at least the basic or the foundation. Like if you say that I know, okay, I know that IoT, I know automation, I know RPA, because when I need to be hired a candidate in my team, I must say see that okay, is this guy is actually capable to these things, or he know many things about, like he know automation, he know DevOps, he know these things. So if I polish him little bit, he can be work for me very easily. So these are the things uh, basically technologies are need to be required to go into the market to get a dream job in a company. Okay, Rohan says, sir, as you told earlier, AI is more friendly for mechanical student. Definitely yes, because AI says that you need to be work with the machines. So mechanical students is for, as per my knowledge, as per my thinking, that mechanical students always be tied up with the machines only. So they worked on the machines, and then they can put the machine with the software as well, and then it become the AI. So guys, normal example, robots are the AI example, right? Because they have the networking, they have the senses, they have the learning things, they have the thinking skills as well, sometimes thinking skills as well, problem solving things as well. So it means someone built that robot just for the sake of the fun, but people use that robot to build something new. So that is why I said that AI is more friendly for the mechanical students. How to start? Again, Coursera, or maybe you can go to the Swayam site, or maybe I can give you the one example of the website I visiting somewhere I guess 2 or 3 months back. There's a site called the ThinkCert. I just speaking to the name actually. ThinkCert. I am not remember the proper this thing. So by when I go to this site, I get a little more information that what are the roles available for my career. So if I suppose that I want to build my career into the AI, so what are the roles available for me in AI? So by this side, I got some information. Okay, okay, then okay. Abhi Pawar asks, what will the job open in the field of IT reduce? No, guys, please avoid these kind of questions, because COVID is just now. Even though you see on my opening slide, if you see, I said that take this problem as an opportunity. You can learn the things at your home and start doing the getting the work from the market at sitting at the home as well. So don't think that it is reducing the job. Definitely it will impact something on the job, but it will not reduce. Sometime market will be come back. 2008 was a recession period, but now it has been completely covered up, and there's a lot of jobs into the market. So don't think a negative way that it is be going to impact on the job. Yes, but it is up to us that how have to be take that particular step. And remember, convert this problem into the opportunities, guys. This is a thumb rule. This is the only mantra in this point. Okay, what is the difference between AI and the machine learning? Uh, if you ask, as per my experience, my understanding, machine learning is basically to make a machine that how it work actually. That is a machine learning. So if I take example again for the robot as well. So how a robot work is a machine, that how robot work and how I can enhance that part is the machine learning for my. AI is that to put some brain into that particular machine is the AI. That is the artificial intelligence you're putting on that part. So see guys, the the technologies which we discussed just now, every technology is interrelated. Maybe AI, machine learning, NPL, NLP, IoT, RPA, DevOps, all these are the interrelated somewhere somehow. Bitcoin, big data, all these are interrelated. So the thing is that the way of working is little different. So according to me, these are the differences between AI and the machine learning. Okay, guys, any other question? Okay, if sir, so over to you now. If no one has any questions, so we can be maybe close the session. So guys, one more thing that I am again, I'll let me ping you again here. My details, you can connect me on the WhatsApp if required. You can connect me on the LinkedIn. Please, if you don't have a LinkedIn account, please make your LinkedIn and start connecting with the people, because this is the best way to get your jobs easily. Not easily basically, but you get some leads to get a new job. And on the YouTube as well, because my sessions will be like this only, even though I will be uploading this video, this recording video as well on the YouTube, and I'll share with the Prakash sir so that he can share with you all and you can listen that particular stuff. Okay,
Sir, there is one more question, sir.
sir, please.
It is there on screen.
Okay, what should be done for making career in the cloud computing along with AS? What are the technologies to learn? AWS itself a technology, cloud computing itself a technology. So basically, now you can see, okay, let's take a normal example. Maybe in the industrial point of time, I have a desktop in at my desk into my office. Okay, that desktop just contain few things, a small box beside the my TFT screen, and that contains only the hardware part, RAM or the machine is something, but there is a no hard drive in that particular box. Hard drive is on the cloud. So this is the way that, so don't think that these are the terms, these are the technology itself. And to learn that, you have to be go to the course, either online things are, these things you can be follow up. And there's a no stoppage, there's a no stop button there where you can say, okay, now my learning has been stopped on the technology. Even I am learning the things at point of time. So by giving this lecture, I'm learning the new things from you guys as well. Okay, one more thing, Prakash sir, I want to be highlight here that, or maybe, guys, if possible, can you share your feedback on me with me on the WhatsApp as well? Because that is always be required for me to be motivated and to improve myself for the going forward. Okay, soon you will. Okay, I'll pick up this question. That just give me 1 minute. Soon you will get this video on the YouTube. Plus you will get the post on the LinkedIn as well, so that you can go and interact with me on the LinkedIn easily. Okay, what we have to do in lockdown? Any better answer? Yes. Stay home, do exercise daily, have a healthy food, and keep studying. These four things you have to do on the in the lockdown period. Tejaswini, please remember this this was a problem, and now you need to be convert that problem into the opportunities. See, guys, I am taking this problem as an opportunity so that I can interact maximum students on the online. For me, it is maybe tough to travel to Karad on the weekly basis, or maybe the once in a month or twice in a month. But online, we can interact any time, any point of time. Related to technology, yes, you can learn the things, guys. Don't stick on just one thing that what I need to be learned. So, okay, I'll give you my example here. Okay, uh, I am a BCom pass out. I done my graduation in the BCom. Okay, then I done MCA, and then I become a software engineer. How this thing come into my mind, or how these things work for me, because I start giving time to each and everything. When I was in BCom, I reading the computers books as well and MBA books as well. Computer looks more interesting to me, and I my gut feeling say go to the MCA. I gave exam for the MCA and I got selected in a college, and I pick up the MCA part. And now I learning the technology, a new technology every day, because it is my area of interest. So in the same way, Tejaswi, related to technology, there's a no better answer. Every technology is good at point of time. It is up to you that what you want to learn in this time period. That is totally up to you. Okay, Afsana, last question. At this point of time, which language can we learn to get job into IT industry? Okay, I'll give you a normal example, guys. You will be surprised if I'm sure that you are from the final year students. You study C, C++, and Java as well. Can you imagine in market at point of time, there's a huge demand of C++ developer as well. Don't go to the Python or something else. So you can imagine that C, C++ are still valid and there's a lot of demand in the market. So from the language perspective, you can learn C, C++, Java, Python, Angular JS. These are the lot of these are the languages which is available into the market, which help you to grow and get a good job into the market at point of time. Hope Afsana, I answered your question. I yes. Okay, sir. So if nothing else, so we can good to close the session. So thank you so much, Prakash sir and students for participating in this session. Once the condition will be all right, definitely I'll approach to Prakash sir again and we'll connect in person in your college.
Atul sir, thank you very much for organizing this wonderful session for our student. It was really nice session. One more thing I would like to tell you, our students are good, but they just need the direction. Just they need the motivation, what to do, how to do. They are really good,
Good,
but
sir.
we required such kind of motivation guidance from people like you so that they can be getting motivation from such personality as you told that your example how you entered in the IT sector. So
Right.
likewise these students have talent, but they need to explore it, because many students ask this question that what to do in this lockdown period,
Yes.
but there are various sports
Sir, I give you one more point
they
here
can.
and to students as well. Sorry to cut you in between. Guys, why I started these kind of sessions, because when I was completing my MCA in 2008, there was no one around me who can guide me that Atul, you can go for the C, C++, Java, Oracle, or what else. So it is my time to pay back. I'm very much happy if you can interact me in person or one to one over the WhatsApp, LinkedIn, YouTube, anywhere you want to connect for any guidance. You can connect me, because the problem, the things, the issues which I face at my point of time in 2008, I don't want this you students should be faced at point of time, because that time and today's time market is totally different. So as per my experience, as per my thought, I want to guide each and every student I can, and you can take a benefit of my knowledge, my understanding, my experience to grow into the future.
Yes, this is most important quality, that giving back to the society. Whatever
Yes.
guidance I could not get at my time, I should guide the students, and it is also most important quality. So thank you very much,
Thanks.
sir. Definitely, once this lockdown period will be over, once academic will be started, we are ready to welcome you. We are ready to invite you in our campus, because last time we suffered a lot because of this flood situation. No,
Yes.
so many days college was closed, and again this COVID-19 situation. So once
Right, sir.
college will be reopened, we are there to welcome you in our campus for the guest lecture session. And I would request all the students to kindly follow sir on LinkedIn, and if you could share your feedback on LinkedIn in sir's post, it will be highly appreciated. And
Right, sir.
also I would like to request all the participants, so whenever certain activities are there, please cooperate, please join, because it's for our development. I am also learning new things, because I am also non-technical person, but still I attend all the sessions. And for all students information, every day there are two webinars I attend. Our MATPO, Maha
Right,
Association of Training and
yes.
Placement, MATPO, every day minimum two webinars I attend. So why we attend? And more than 300 400 people, HODs, faculty members, TPOs, they attend it. Why? Because learning is never ending process. So I would request all the students, so whenever you get an opportunity, you should join webinars, attend it, upgrade yourself. Right? So with this, Rohan, are you there? Rohan? Okay, so with this, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude towards Atul Grover sir for spending his valuable time
Thank you,
with
sir.
all the students and solving their queries, explaining all the points, what are the technologies, a way to IT. So with this, express my sincere gratitude to sir, and
Sure.
definitely we will have strong and healthy association with you and your organization.
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
Thank
Okay,
you. Thank you
guys.
very much.
Till then, bye bye. Take care. Stay home. Stay safe. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.